Welcome back. Well, Kurt, the men's and women's basketball teams were in action at Lakehead this weekend, and it was a pair of pretty good matches, I'd say.
Yeah, it was pretty entertaining. You know, last weekend it was the women's volleyball team who graced the Wolf Den for the first time in nearly 2 years. And this weekend, it's the LU basketball program making their mark. Filled with plenty of new faces, both the men's and women's basketball team held their home openers Friday night with the Brock Badgers in town. Lakehead was without star point guard Sophia Luke, who was out battling an illness. And in her place, it was a pair of first-year players stepping up in her absence as Allie Burke led the T-Wolves in scoring with 12 points while adding 6 rebounds and 3 assists. And Quebec native Alexia Giroux displayed her prowess with the long ball, draining 3 triples in this one as the first-year guard finished with 10 points. Unfortunately, despite a strong defensive showing, it was not enough against the 6th-ranked team in the nation, as Brock, led by Ivana Tuasami and Samantha Keltos, pulled away after a close first quarter en route to a 61-44 victory. Despite the loss, head coach John Kreiner was impressed with how his team battled and felt they should be proud of how they kept the Badgers in check.
I was actually pretty proud of our girls of how hard they battled. We kept this team that's averaging almost 80 points a game to 61. I was kind of upset we gave that last 2. I was hoping to keep them in the 50s, but we're just really struggling to score right now. Without Sophia, it makes it even more difficult.
A sentiment that was shared by Burke, who says the team proved they can play with such an elite squad.
Yeah, that's what we were just talking about in the change room. We're really proud of each other for staying together, even playing a good team like Brock tonight. Yeah.
Over to the men's game, where the Thunderwolves jumped out to a quick start thanks to the efforts of last weekend's hero Michael Okafor and starting point guard Luau Masambia jumping out to a 24-17 lead after 1. But from that point on, the Badgers would take the momentum as the T-Wolves had no answer for the combination of Cassius Small-Martin and TJ Law, who combined for 49 of Brock's 91 points on the evening, which ultimately would be enough to hold off a late rally by Lakehead to take Game 1 by a final score of 91-85. Despite suffering their second loss of the season, it was an impressive performance for Jared Kreiner, son of the women's coach John Kreiner, who was making his first start for the T-Wolves, as the third-year guard scored 10 points, nailing a trio of triples in the second half. Both the men's and women's teams are back in action tonight at CJ Sanders Fieldhouse.